On the temple to Amun in Egypt, there's a temple there, and on the one side of the wall of the temple, it shows the Israelites making bricks. Now these bricks, which they make, okay, proves that the Israelites were in Egypt. And Thutmose was the Pharaoh to do with Moses, because think of the word Tut and then Moses. Some people say, Ra Moses means Ramsey, and they think that Ramses is the Pharaoh to do with Moses, but it's not. It's Thutmose. And I can prove as well from science, okay, it's a fact, that the other side of the wall from the bricks being made, it says that Pharaoh went up and took the Israelites captive, and gives a time, a date and a place. Okay, they're about Shishak. Now when you see these things, you know that it corresponds exactly with the biblical account, right? So the hour and the date and the time is exactly the same. Now, talking about precise details, when you look at the precise detail of the genealogy, for instance, goes right back to Adam. Okay? Now, the one goes back to David, the other goes back to Adam. Precise details, right, of, for instance, the numbers given in the book of Revelation, you've still got precision, okay, details. You've got 5 months given, which is 150 years, right, 150 days, because Ezekiel says, chapter 4 verse 6, a day is a year prophetical, right? Good. Precision numbers. Now, if you look at the date of the precision detail to do with archaeology, it says Jehu. It shows him a picture of him with his little noddy hat, right? Paying tribute. Who's he paying tribute to? The captive nations who were taken captive. So the Assyrians came, he took them captive and all that. Okay. So the thing is, look here, when we see, right, precision and fact to do with Josiah, they found the book of the law of the Lord written in the hand of Moses. So the original copy of Moses, which was put into the ark, they found it, and it says it was written by the hand of Moses, or in the hand of Moses. So in the Hebrew it's Bayad Moshe. Yad means hand, and of course the conjoining word is by. So join the two words together, by the hand, and then Moshe. So Vyasha Miru Bayad Moshe HaTorah, which means the law. Okay, they found the book of the law of the Lord written by the hand of Moses in the days of Josiah. So we're talking about maybe 500, just something like that, BC. So we're talking about the Jehu would be before that. So we can keep going back to the time of Thutmose and work out the dates, because on the temple to Amun it tells you the date the Pharaoh came up and took them captive, right? So there you have factual accounts. Right, archaeology then. Archaeology proves times, dates and places, right? Now, I could go into other facts of that, but it'd be it's pointless if you can't see what I'm saying already. Now, the detail of the Messiah who was to come into the world, you get the time when he would come into the world, which you could take from the 70 weeks in Daniel chapter 9 verse 26, 27, and you could also take into account for the fact that his place would be Bethlehem, right? that's where he was born. Okay. Now the thing is, the Jews said, does anything good come out of Nazareth? There's no predictions in the Bible about Nazareth, except for, you know, there's a prophecy about out of Ramah. There's, you know, Rachel crying for her children. There's a prophecy about that, which happened when Herod, he went and sent the murderers out, and he murdered them all, the babies under 2, try and kill the Christ. But the thing is, the time and the place. Now, Jesus was born at Bethlehem, but raised at Nazareth. Okay? There's details about the time of his death. As I said, the 70 weeks tells us 490 days. The 70 weeks is 490 years. A day is taken for a year prophetical. So we've got that looked at. So if you look at the place and the date and the time, it's all mentioned. Now, he was to come as the king of the Jews. Okay, it says your king comes to you lowly, riding upon an ass, the foal of a donkey. Yeah? And it says that they shall look upon me whom they have pierced. So the thing is, the prophecies say that he was wounded or bruised for our transgressions, etc., and that he would die, it says, amongst the rich and the wicked in his death. Isaiah 53 says, and that happened. The Messiah died between 2 thieves, either side, and he had a rich man's robe put in a rich man's grave. A rich man took him down, Joseph of Arimathea. So if we look at all the different details, the time. Now, the time of his sacrifice is interesting. It was in April, the Nisan, and the paschal lamb was to be sacrificed at 3 o'clock our time, which is 9. So if you look at the evening sacrifice, 3 o'clock, that's the time of his death, because it says that he was crucified at that time, right? Now, that's what happened to the paschal lamb. It was sacrificed at that time. We've got evidence for that from the Bible, of course, from people like, what's it called there? Elijah and people like that. So that's the first part of the video done.